Good afternoon. We're here to celebrate a wonderful event in the long history of the city of Falls Church. You know, in Falls Church we have more than 200 sites and buildings that predate 1910. And we have a historic trail, and today we're dedicating an additional sign to add to the celebration we have of our history. Just as we look to the future, we also celebrate our past. And all the groups and individuals gathered here today have played a key role in making this happen. This is a wonderful private-public partnership. The Victorian Society was very much involved in this. The homeowners, the tailors, were very, very helpful and were a key part of this. Likewise, city government. We all work together to bring about what I think represents not only the best of our history, but the best of our present here in the city of Falls Church, all working together for the common good. And now I'd like to recognize Ron Anzalone with the Historical Commission. Ron?
Thank you, Dave. On behalf of the Historical Commission, I'd really like to thank everyone who's been involved in this project. We began this historical trail program some years ago, and we had an original section of the trail that opened back in the 1990s, and we've been adding additional research and additional sites in the city over the course of the number of years. With these two markers, we're happy to recognize two sites that date to the Victorian era, which makes it very fitting that the Victorian Society has stepped up and been willing to support the installation of these two new markers. And the Victorian Society is recognized with a small plaque at the base of the marker. And this is a first for the historical markers in Falls Church, and we will continue to do that with other markers that are supported by nonprofit organizations, businesses, and other institutions, as well as individuals within the city. This is really great, especially in the economic times that we find ourselves here in the city. We need to find partners who are willing to help support this kind of culture and history. I especially want to recognize Rick Turman, the vice chair of the Historical Commission, who's been really instrumental in researching these sites within the city and pushing the historical marker program. He was a driving force behind the original marker program as it developed. And now I'd like to turn this over to Midge Wong, the vice president of the Victorian Society. Midge.
Thank you, Ron. We represent a new force in the city trying to bring more recognition to our wonderful Victorian heritage. We're very happy that we have 156 members currently, and they come not just from Falls Church, but from every town in Northern Virginia, some from Maryland and the district. We even have 2 in Ohio and 4 in Pennsylvania. And they all occasionally will come into the city to support us and be part of our activities. And we like to raise money with our fundraising events, our fun teas and things, so that we can enhance the city and add to its historical awareness. And we're very happy that we were able to do these two signs, and we selected the 2 Victorian homes that were on the list for the ones that hadn't been completed yet in the second 2 areas of the trail. And we're just delighted that we could be part of that. And we're very happy that the Taylors are not only the owners and preservers of this wonderful house that we use for some of our parties, but they're also members of our society, as are most of the Historical Commission. And we're always looking for new members and welcome all of them to our group. Thank you.
And now we'd like to unveil the marker. And if I could get Kathy and Kent Taylor to help us do this, please. Kathy, please.
Go ahead. You guys want to come up? Grab a spot.
Voila. We'd like to have Kent and Kathy Taylor now read the sign that's in front of their fine home.
DePutron House, Jacob C. and Mary E. Sherwood DePutron built this large two-story gabled brick Victorian-style house in 1893 to 94 on a 217-acre farm that she inherited. All house walls were of bricks made on site, facing brick on the front from Georgia, and porch woodwork is exceptional. Hidden gutters and second-floor cistern provided early indoor plumbing. In the rear are the original carriage house with horse stalls and hayloft. Daughter Lillian C. inherited property. She married L.P. Daniel, mayor of Falls Church from 1930 to 40. The Federal District Cornerstone, Mount Daniel School, and St. James Church are on original Sherwood property. City of Falls Church.
Thank you for joining with so many property owners in the city who allowed a historical marker to be placed on your property. And this is a program that started with seed money from the city to create a walking tour, and it adds so much to the texture of the city. It gives people who live here and who visit here a sense of our history that you can see right on the street and tell the story of the city of Falls Church. And what's neat about this program is that the city did help get it started, but it's been citizens and volunteers and people like you who've allowed it to continue, and this is a great new addition to the walking tour, and one of the most beautiful houses in the city. So it's great to have it recognized.
Well, we're very happy to have it. We love our historical city. It's one of the reasons we moved here. We've really enjoyed the other plaques in the city, and it's really a treat to get one in our front yard.
Yeah.
The first section of the trail markers has a map brochure that we developed some years ago, and we would like to expand this in the future. So we'll be looking for some funding support to be able to do that. And Linda Lau and a number of other people, Midge Wong, have developed a similar brochure, actually quite a handsome brochure, for the Victorian Society and the Victorian properties within Falls Church. I believe they have plans, don't you, to put this online and make it available?
Some of that's already on the city's website.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. Anything else you want to say about the Victorian Society walking tour?
Well, it's a great map. We've received wonderful positive feedback about it. And in addition to a walking map, we've also produced a book, Victorian Falls Church, with Arcadia Publishing. And that features vintage photos, everything from 1850 up to 1910 of Victorian Falls Church.
And I believe this house is featured in one of the photos.
Prominently, yes.
At least one of the photos. Anyway, thank you very much again for all of this and your partnership with the City of Falls Church.
Thank you.
On behalf of the city, we want to thank the Victorian Society for actually doing the fundraising and sponsoring the 2 new signs that are being added to Historic Trail. It's a great opportunity that continues the partnership, and it's a good kickoff for the new Humanities Council and the city's commitment to art and culture and history in our community.